Mitch McCarter is owner of the 411 Motor Speedway here in Seymour, and he's got coming up here real soon the January the 1st Hangover race. And Mitch, first of all, just talk about the idea behind running a race on January the 1st.
This event come about actually the year that I bought the racetrack in 2010. We'd had just regular shows all through the year, and I had asked Chris Coram, I said, do you think something might work on New Year's Day? And he kind of responded, I don't exactly remember what he said, but he thought it was a pretty good idea, but he said, let me think about it. 2 or 3 days later, he said, yeah, I think we could do it if we run 2 or 3 classes and the weather turns out good. Anyway, we done it the first year, done really well. Last year, our second annual was the event picked up, and this year we're kindly going out on a limb. The last 2 events have been on the weekend because of the way the days fell. But this year it's going to be on a Tuesday, which I'm not concerned about it because I think that there's still a lot of people off work and a lot of people want to race. There's nothing been going on for 6 weeks before nor a couple of weeks after, although you do have the Ice Bowl coming up. But it's a different event, kind of a novelty event, and that's what we wanted it to be. It's something, I look at it, you're going to get to see a lot of people you haven't seen in a little while. There's not a whole lot going on, and, it's good entertainment.
Well, one of the things I was going to talk to you about, this track races as much as any track around. You all have a reputation for you're going to race, and even though it's not been that long since the last race, people are already itching. You can tell by reading the MRM message boards and everything. People are ready to see another race, and this is a good way for you to take advantage of that.
We hope so, and I think you're right. I think people, you got the holidays, and there's a lot of people maybe not talking about it right now, but I think once Christmas is over, that people will get encouraged about it again, and we're out there trying to encourage people and putting posters and stuff up. So hopefully it'll be a good event. I hope that 10 years from now it's an event that people travel to come to just to see it.
And what classes do you anticipate running?
We're going to run the late model, the limited late model class, the Thunder and Lightning class, the mini stock front wheel drive class, classic cars. 5 classes. I forget the last class, which is bad.
I'll look it up and put it in the story.
Okay.
And then we were also talking about running another race in February.
Yeah, we're going to. We thought about it last year. February the 16th is when it's going to be this year. It's going to be a couple days after Valentine's Day, so we're calling it the Sweetheart 60. Tanya and Adrian and Joe and Marcus are doing some work on it right now. We're trying to get the Hangover, trying to focus all our attention on it. But it's going to be 60 laps, I know, because we're going to call it the Sweetheart 60. It'll be a late model race along with, we're going to try to run a couple of the classes that we're not running at the Hangover. And you might see a class here on that day that does not run at 411 Motor Speedway normally.
All right. And then coming up into your regular season, when you get that started on March 30th. March the 30th, then are you anticipating any changes as far as classes you run or anything like that?
Yes. We're going to go back to 7 classes. 411 Motor Speedway is a weekly racetrack. That's what we are. We tried some of the super races, not that they were not successful. They were successful, but I think that our fans enjoy seeing the weekly racers. I think that's just as important to them. I think Brad Lowe, Jason Cardwell, Josh Collins, Corey Hedgecock, Ryan King, Rusty Ballinger. I hope I don't leave anybody out. But those guys are just as important to our local fans as Scott Bloomquist and Jimmy Owens. Not that they don't want to watch them. It's just that they are as interested in them as they are anybody else. Mm-hmm. So we're going to run weekly shows. We will have special events for our limited late models. We will have special events for every class this year. They're already on the schedule. I'm really excited about the Junior Hornets class that we're starting this year. I think that it's a great opportunity for the younger, 12 to 17-year-old drivers that maybe never even drove anything to come and try a race car for a pretty cheap price.
And you were just listing those drivers right there. This track, and I've talked to other people as well, this track has as many quality drivers in the late model, well, in all classes, but in the late model class, as any track around. There, literally on any night, you could have, there's 8 or 10, 12 guys that could win.
I agree with you, Richard, and like I said, I hope I didn't leave anybody out. I know I did, but these guys are as good as they get, and they can go other places, other racetracks, and win. We've both seen it. The fans have seen it. You know, we had 2 or 3 of our drivers that win here, finished in the top 2 or 3, have went to other racetracks this year and won races, and I'm excited about that.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty good, and we'll be seeing you here real soon.
Thank you, Richard.